Hi, it's Gene. Welcome to the channel. And we ask one question here, which is, do they write them and sing them like they used to? A lot of people, young and old, think that the old music is better than anything recorded in the past number of X years, but I'm not so sure. And today on Master Monday, I want to do something a little different. So today, when you're viewing this video, will be the eve of the 3rd anniversary of Roky Erickson's death. Now, who's Roky Erickson, you ask? Well, we've been doing a lot of psychedelic, what I call neo-psychedelic, the new age of psychedelic music that started, I'd say, in the 90s. And a true pioneer was Roky Erickson. And he had a band called the 13th Floor Elevators. And, you know, it's kind of a Johnny Cash story. So he had been, pretty much forgotten. And just like Rick Rubin resurrected Johnny Cash's career, and now a video like Hurt has, I would imagine 500 million views, right? Roky was he was a schizophrenic, and so when he was pulled over by the police in Texas for a single marijuana cigarette, he pleaded insanity, and they put him in the Rusk State Hospital for 4 years, gave him electroconvulsive therapy, and it was pretty brutal. And so anyway, in 2001, his brother took custody of his career and got him on some good meds and some things, and he made a comeback. And I want to talk about that because there's a band out of Austin, Texas called Okkervil River. And they decided to back him up on an album in 2010, and I think it's a beautiful album. I want to talk about the title track today. But this, it was really something. I mean, he was in different mental institutions. He escaped several times, and he's just got a hell of a story. And then in the late 70s, early 80s, he formed a band called Roky Erickson and the Aliens. And recently I've been listening to a song called Two-Headed Dog, and just, I hadn't heard it in a while. I'm very familiar with it, and I just love that song. It's very science fiction, and so that's the kind of music we've been hitting up lately. And I don't think this video is going to get a lot of views, but let me show you just a few seconds of the 13th Floor Elevators from 1966. Now, what I'm trying to say here is 1966, hey folks, that was before my time, okay? I was alive, but I was riding my bike and throwing dirt clods, and I was not in the 60s, if you will. I'm not old enough to, I was just a little kid. And so all that stuff, the whole counterculture, all that went by me, right? So what we're talking about here is psychedelic music made before I was born. And we're still listening to psychedelic music, right? That's what we've been hitting up on the channel a couple times. So I'm going to play just a few seconds because Universal Music Group owns this video. And when I did the first recording of this, it was blocked. So all I can say to Universal Music Group is you're a bunch of bastards, okay? Because this is creative license. But, oh well, we're just trying to do education, not trying to make a buck. But I'm going to play just a few seconds of this, and then I'll put the link in the comments so that you guys can watch it in its full entirety if you wish. So here we go. This is so out there for the time. And this other guy's playing a jug. And I think that's about all I can play without getting the video blocked. So, looking at this thing that Daniel Thibeault wrote for Pop Matters, it's just really an awesome little thing he wrote here about. He wrote this in 2010. He said less than a decade ago it was almost inconceivable that biblically troubled Texas singer-songwriter Roky Erickson would ever return to playing music. So. And they go through a history of everything here about his recording with the Aliens and his time in the mental institution and his brother taking everything over. So in 2005, they did a documentary on him. And I've watched it, and it's very interesting. And then that same year, in 2005, he did a show for Austin City Limits. And Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top showed up to play second guitar, and it was awesome. So what I'm going to do here is play this song called True Love Cast Out All Evil. Let's see if I got that right here. True Love Cast Out All Evil. This is a beautiful, beautiful song. And so let's hit this up. And on the 3rd anniversary of his death, I just wanted to call out one of the psychedelic pioneers. If it's a name you don't know, in my opinion, it's a name that you should know. He was extremely influential. We're talking a year before Syd Barrett. You know, this was real. And these guys were from Texas, of all places. So here we go. True Love Casts Out All Evil. And I think you'll be able to understand the lyrics, so we don't need to do a dive. I'll turn this down just a little bit. So right away that organ sounds like a church organ. Got these nice guitar chords. This is a very spiritual song.
True love cast down all evil. True love cast down all evil.
I love his voice.
True love cast down all evil. Right now, right now.
Pedal steel guitar.
Chastity and grace, mercy and justice throughout every race. True love cast down all evil.
You got the second singer really giving the song a lot of extra texture.
Cast down all evil. True love cast down all evil. Right now,
And pedal steel.
right now,
So beautiful.
love has its time, all the time, all the time. We are meant to love one another, all in harmony rhyme. Sometimes word rhyme. True love cast down all evil. True love cast down all evil. True love cast down all evil. Right now, right now.
Just love all the guitars. You got the electric guitar and the pedal steel and the backup vocalist and then the keyboards. Simple rhythm section. But given his experience, the song is very powerful.
Living is a necessity. Please do not die. Living the good life with God. You abide. True love cast down all evil. Pure love cast down all evil. True love cast down all evil. Right now, right now, right now, right now.
butterfly noise there. Beautiful. Sorry about that. So the the thing is hats off to Okkervil River because they gave a shit, right? They gave a shit about this guy. And just like, Johnny Cash was recording for Columbia Records, one of the biggest record labels, and they dropped him because he was quote unquote not commercially successful. And then he just hooked up with the right guy, and it only took one person. And for Roky, it was a guy named Will, I think his last name is Sheff, S-H-E-F, maybe two F's, I'm not sure. I looked it up earlier. And, they were both living in Texas, and Rocky's a legend there in Austin and was living there, and they decided to put this album together in 2010, and it was a wonderful album. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to Okkervil River because they cared about this guy and his renaissance, although not as famous as someone like Johnny Cash or maybe Bob Dylan, who his career kind of tanked for a while too, and then he had a renaissance. And just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. So thank you. And to the people who listen to the channel, I just hit 200 subscribers. I am overwhelmed. This is a young channel. We haven't been around that long. And that's a phenomenal number of subscribers for such a short amount of time. And I'm getting wonderful comments from all of you folks. I say guys, I use guys for all gender. So thank you so much. And beautiful song. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you'll remember Roky Erickson on the anniversary of his death, May 31st, I believe, 2019. And he's, in my mind, a legend and informs everything we do. And what we're trying to do here is bridge generations. So we're talking about music that started before my time, and then went through my time, went through the next generation in between you guys and me, and then your generation. And his thumbprint is on all this music that we're all listening to. And I just wanted to give him a shout out and the band Okkervil River. So as we say here in Mexico, buen dia. Thank you.